everyone, and welcome to Positive by Design. Good people talking about real shit and easy to implement success methods. Hosted by Social Jane Media, brought to you by yours truly, Sarah Glenn. I am the creator and CEO of Social Jane Media, a certified social media marketing expert and the branding specialist that many entrepreneurs turn to. If you're looking for inspiration from other entrepreneurs and high-vibing humans, you're in the right place. So settle in, get comfy, and let's get started. In today's episode, we're talking with Pamela Taylor. Pamela is a certified social media marketing expert and coach, focusing on teaching business owners how to create time freedom and flexibility. She has years of experience in the entrepreneurial world, and I am super stoked to have her here with us today. Pamela, will you please share a little about yourself and how you got started as a social media marketing coach?
Well, thanks. First of all, thanks for having me here, Sarah. I'm really grateful that you've asked me to do this today. I started in 2012, and it started off as a little hobby. And a lot of us, we start our businesses as a hobby sometimes, right? And that's how it was for me, because my husband and I, we had our own corporation. So I was running a business with him. And I mean, it was a trucking business. So really being in the beauty industry as a beauty influencer, it really wasn't my cup of tea. I liked to dabble into different things, and I'm a creator. So I started making jewelry, and that's what got me into network marketing and what the power of what the internet can do for us. So I've dabbled my toes in a lot of different areas in the network marketing, but I found my home with showing others how to save time and get more flexibility out of their business using some really great tools that we have available to us. And as you know, you're a Canva lover, so I'm so with you on that one. I love Canva.
Yes.
And you've given me some great tips. No matter how much we play with that program, there's always something to learn, right? So for us to be out there showing people that stuff is just great. I mean, there's a couple of things where I'm like, oh, Sarah, thank you, So thanks for that, sharing that.
Absolutely.
So it taught me through my struggles, the areas in business and being online and having to do all the do's, because there's so much to do. And when we're first starting out, there's not a ton of money available. Like we're trying to make money when we start a business, right? So to utilize some of these tools to help us get through, so we don't have to pay for those certain things that we need in our business to be able to do them ourselves. So that's what brought me here. And it's been my struggles that brought me here for sure.
Well, I mean, isn't that true in life? We all, you really don't like the struggle when it's happening, but then in retrospect, you're really grateful for the learning opportunity. I mean, I know that I've found that and experienced that, more times than I'd probably like to admit, but yeah, it's so true. I mean, your struggles will always bring you somewhere as long as you use them as the learning tool that they are, to bring you forth to a new opportunity. So yeah, I think it's super exciting how you got in with, the jewelry and the beauty space, and you're so good at that. And you knew you were good at it, and you have a huge community that love that part of you. But then you felt this pull to really start doing something slightly different so you could help other women see their potential and grow their dreams, and not necessarily just be product users. That's such a big shift, and that's really exciting.
Yeah, it has been a big shift, but it's what feels good. It feels aligned with me, right? I love different products, and I'm an affiliate for a few different products, but that's not my front line of my business, right? I really, really, truly, because of those struggles and what I went through getting into the beauty industry and getting into all these different industries, finding all those brick walls that I faced, I feel so good and aligned about helping other people in business to get through those walls. And that's what lights me up, Sarah. That's what makes me feel good. So I'll still promote and I'll still share the things that I love, but it feels better just knowing that I'm helping. That's part of it I love the most. When you see somebody else get benefits from what you've shown them, or gave them a tip, or they're thanking you, that's the biggest reward. It's the biggest reward we can ask for in business.
That's great. So I actually did see that you are doing a time-saving series, and I know by the time everyone's listening to this, they're going to be able to go back to it and catch that. But I really want to hear more about this. So, like, get the idea of saving time but getting more shit done is just like really exciting to me. And I think to a lot of people as well. So, what specifically is like a time saving tip you might have for content creation?
Oh, well, I like to create content in advance. So with this series, what we're doing is we're showing the tools that are available to us, as I mentioned earlier, to utilize them to save time for us. Like there's nothing better than feeling like you have content created for you, ready for you to go. So instead of trying to hurry up and figure out what you're going to post for the day, what are you going to talk about for the day? So the series, it actually started with us talking about content creation and how to create content, our bucket list and all that great stuff. But how we put it all together, that's where I struggled. Like I knew about all these little things, but how did I put it all together? So that's what this series is doing. So we're starting from A and bringing it all the way to Z to show how these tools can be time saving for us. And it can also save us some money in the long run too. So when I create content, I use the tool called Trello. I'm sure you're familiar with that.
Yep.
And I just love it because here I am creating content, working with my bucket list and my topics. And I have all this created. And I'm not stressed or worried about what I'm going to talk about, what I'm going to post about, because it's always there. But the beauty of it, Sarah, is that we create several months in advance or a month in advance. After a few months, we get to repurpose that content. That is like
Yes.
the more time saving, right? Because we know not everybody sees our content. So we're sharing stuff for new eyes all the time. So
Hmm.
Trello is one of my favorites. So our series is going through all those different little tools that we are accessible to save us time and money in our business. I just love it.
Oh, yeah, that's fantastic. I mean, you are speaking to so many people out there that are building
Mm,
businesses because I know that when I first started and I was trying to figure out just what it meant to grow a business online, the idea of posting something every day, it caused so much anxiety and stress in my everyday. And so I love the idea of being able to have something like Trello or Canva where you can schedule out this information. Oh, it's such a huge time saver. So, yeah, Trello, fantastic. I absolutely love it. And Canva, just the feeling of being able to
mm,
schedule out your stuff in advance. Oh man, it just
mhm.
releases so much stress and anxiety. It's fantastic. How about, do you have like a tip when it comes to maybe prospect management or um, maybe like how to clean up your social media channels? You know, like what's some time
Ooh.
saving tips around that?
Mhm. Well, I do have a fabulous little tool that I've recently been introduced to that actually cleans up your friends list. So it will detach you from people that you've not spoke to, or they're not engaging with your stuff, or they're just simply not even, active on Facebook. And sometimes, being on Facebook since when? 2007. Like how many people are on our Facebook that maybe not even exists anymore or uses Facebook? So it detaches you from it. That's one great little tool that it does. So that organizes it, but it also allows you to label all of your people. So if you're talking to somebody about marketing, if you're talking to somebody about product, or maybe there's certain products that they're talking about, you can just organize all of these people and all these conversations. And it's an amazing little tool that I found. And it organizes conversation. And also it's a conversation starter to grow your audience. So this is something that's new to me. I just started using it on March the 2nd, and it's been a phenomenal experience for me. I've been in more conversations than I've even imagined. As a weathered marketer, I can't believe how many more conversations I'm in. And it's great because it's people in my target audience. So yeah, another thing too that I'm not sure if a lot of people are aware of it, but Facebook also has an area where you can customize your friends lists.
Mm,
You can
yes.
categorize them.
You know, I did actually hear that. And I feel like with a tool like this, does it help you do that? Like it sort of
Oh,
helps. So like, okay, run us through some of the setup of what that looks like when you are, let's say, detaching from, friends that you had back in 2006 that are like not on, they're not your ideal client anymore.
Right, right. So what the tool does is it actually runs through your whole friends list. So this can take, depending on how many people you have on your friends list, it can take a
Mm,
little bit of time. But once it's done running, it will show you a list of everybody, and it actually shows you how many times you've connected, how many times they've reacted to your posts, how many conversations you've been in, or if you've not been in. And it'll also have a separate list of people that are just inactive that are on your Facebook list. So it categorizes everybody to your most engaged friends, people on your friends list, all the way down to the less engaged friends. So you can go through, it'll suggest the friends to unfriend, and you just hit a button and it just goes and unfriends them all. So the beauty of being able to clean up your friends list is that once you've cleaned up, which basically what we call the dead weight, right?
mm,
Because it's showing, Facebook could be showing your post to people that is just simply not engaging. They're just kind of scrolling on by. And we
mhm.
want our audience to be our attractive audience, ones that we want to attract to us, ones that we can serve. So what it does is once you clean up all that dead weight, as we call it, it boosts your algorithm, because now other people that want to see your content are seeing it instead of it showing to people that are not engaging, you know.
Yeah, and that's a huge win. I mean, just because so many of us too can get lost in those vanity metrics of like, nobody's seeing my post, or getting your algorithm all cleaned up like that, because there's really no way of winning in the algorithm, right? It's always changing, it's kind of doing its own thing. But if you can find a tool that helps you just do it better and like more efficiently, what a game changer. Like that's so fantastic. So tell me a little bit about like how are you integrating this into your business? Like you have a team under, with you that you work with. Are you sharing this with them? Like what is this looking like for getting all these time-saving tips implemented?
Ooh, that's a great question. So I've obviously been sharing it through my stories and everything else, and I've introduced it to my team of women. And I'm also with my group, because my group has a lot of business women in it. I'm using the tool to target those business women to start conversations. And
Mm.
that's where I'm getting most of my leads.
So is it kind of like a keyword like you set up?
Yeah. So you're creating these messages personally, and it's basically, we like to say it is a connection tool. So that's why it's called the connector. So it's a conversation starter. So we're doing what we would normally do by just simply saying hello and introducing ourselves. So you can take this tool into any group. You can take it into your own Facebook profile, and you create your own messages. So for instance, if I go into my group and I want to target the business women, tool allows you to insert their name just like you would on your mailing list on Aweber, how you can insert the name so it looks more personable. And it is because it's coming from you. So here's an example of what I do, Sarah. I will create 3 intros that say the same thing but worded differently. Hello with their name, or hi there with their name, or hi with their name, right? And then the meat and potatoes is introducing myself and saying, welcome to my group. I just wanted to reach out and welcome you to my community. Beautiful, right? And then I do that 3 different ways. So then I do a call to action at the end. So please tell me what is it you do, or so please tell me what you like most about the group, or please let me know if there's anything I can help you with. Okay. So then I create all those and I group them. Now the system's going to take that group of messages and it's going to shuffle them around so they're not the same. So it doesn't hurt your messaging when you're going into Facebook. You don't look like a bot, right? You're not
Yes.
going to get flagged for, copying and pasting, because
Mm.
it's not doing that. It's shuffling that message up all those different ways and sending it out automatically. But here's the beauty of it. How I target my audience is I put information that you would see in their info, meaning a leader, a coach, a CEO, a business owner, all of those great keywords that they would put in their intro. I put in the keyword section, and the system will target those people that have that in their bio. How exciting is
Wow.
that?
Yeah, what a time saver.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
amazing. I mean, yes, we're talking about time. I got so wrapped up in what you're doing. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is such a time saver. Of course, we're talking
It
about
is,
time.
it's a huge time saver,
Oh,
right?
this is fantastic. Yeah, and this is exactly why I love having conversations like this with women like you because, yeah, we're all entrepreneurs doing our own thing and experiencing sort of this entrepreneurial journey in our own way, but having this ability to come together and have conversations like this is so great because we can help like level up each other's businesses. We can
Yes.
collaborate, we can share information. And that's why I really think it's just so important if you're an entrepreneur out there and you're growing a business on social or even in real life, like it doesn't matter where it's happening, connect with other entrepreneurs, get into other people's networks,
Mhm.
collaborate with them, ask them to come into your network. Like you don't
Yes.
have to be the only resource for your audience, you know, and that's why I just have so much value to conversations like this. And I'm just so grateful that you were able to spend the time to come on and share because these
Oh,
time
my
saving
pleasure.
tips are just gold.
My pleasure. Sorry about that.
No, no worries. It's real life.
It has been a pleasure, Sarah. I love sharing, we love sharing our knowledge. Like I said earlier, once we've experienced so much and we hit those brick walls everywhere we've hit them, where I've hit them, and I had to push through those fears and I had to figure out a way. Like you said, everything we have to figure it out. We just figure it out as entrepreneurs. And by helping each other, sharing what our knowledge with each other is just it is wonderful because I love collaborating with other women. I'm always getting ideas. Like I said, you gave me some great tips on Canva, and I'm a Canva junkie. I'm always in Canva, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know that. Thank you, Sarah. So I really appreciate all of that, and I really appreciate getting together with entrepreneurs and sharing our knowledge together. I think it's great.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. And so, okay, we're going to go ahead and wrap up today because this has been so, so good. And I really want people to take this information and go take some action because if you want to save time and you want to get more shit done, you absolutely should get into the Selling on Social community that Pamela is running because there is just so much fantastic information inside of that community. And you're going to be able to get your hands on her time saving series and just really start to dig into what some of these tips are that you can start really maximizing your
Mhm.
workload. So be sure to head over to the show notes because I'll have a link there to the Selling on Social community that Pamela runs. And you guys absolutely get yourself in there. Start implementing these time saving tips today because they could be a game changer in your business. That was so much fun. I hope you found this episode helpful. If you want to get a shout out or maybe even inspire a fellow entrepreneur, go ahead and take a screenshot of yourself listening to this episode and tag us in your stories at Social Jane Media. Positive by Design is brought to you by Sarah Glenn, CEO of Social Jane Media, the branding and business coaching agency that teaches you how to discover your authentic brand, lead with value, and build the business you desire. If you're ready for more, head over to the Social Jane community. Link is in the show notes. I'll see you inside.